Hello, everybody, and welcome to my guide on how to make an outstanding piece of software every single time in Software Inc. See, a lot of people are a little bit confused about how to basically always get outstanding, so today I'm going to show you how you go about doing that. So this is our founder, and he is a visionary with a focus on 2D editors. You can make that whatever you want. Operating system is usually the most profitable, but we're going to go with 2D editor just because that's the quickest and cheapest product to put out at the start of the game. So we're going to go ahead and pick a map. We're going to say Garage Inc. That's fine. A lot of people will start on this map. It's very cheap. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've set up my office here. I trust that you can do that on your own. And another thing that I did was I leased out a room for my lead designer because if you notice at the beginning, I made him a visionary, which makes it so that he wants a private office. He's going to demand that. So I'm going to give him his private office right here. Now, how did I lease out that room? For those of you who don't know, you just click on one of these black rooms and there will be a lease button. There's not one here because this one's not up for leasing, but this one always is in Garage Inc. So that's how you do that. So we've gone ahead and done that. And also I've taken out a max amount of loan that you can do because there's really no reason not to. We're paying about $1,000 a month. And for the $90,000 loan or something that we took out originally, we don't have to pay it back for a long time. We just pay that interest and it enables us to hire an initial team to have a little bit of a cushion, and so that's great. Another thing that you can do is you can go down to the loans option here and take a bank loan. Now, bank loans are extremely useful. Bank loans will trivialize the beginning of the game, in my opinion. You can take out a $4 million loan and pay it back over a period of 15 years with a monthly payment of $23,000. So again, this is, in my opinion, generally good practice. Unless you're looking to start small, unless you're looking to start slow, you have specific goals in mind, you're playing on a difficulty that doesn't allow loans, I pretty much would always do this. So it's up to you, but I'm going to do it in the case of this game, because as I just said, it's going to allow us to greatly increase the speed at which we are starting. So let's go ahead and set up a couple accountants really quick to help speed up the process of taking this loan out. Okay, so there you go. We've got the loan. We hired 2 accountants to help speed up the process. Done on the first day. We don't need them anymore. We take that loan out. And now it's time to develop our outstanding software. So you can name it whatever you want. And then what we're going to do is, I would also recommend having an SCM. Okay, so what do we want? We'll just put it on one operating system because that shortens development time if you didn't know. And then we're going to go ahead and pick the features. This will be good. We get 100% expected interest. So now I'm going to sign a publisher for marketing because we don't have a marketing department. So this way you, for a small amount of royalties, will get your product as unavoidable marketing when it releases. Now we're going to go ahead and press develop. And this is fine because what we're going to do is we're going to hire more people. So one of the keys to having an outstanding product is always meeting these recommended targets. And you want to be exactly on the mark, or you want to be maybe just one off of it. Maybe 2. But the more you go off this mark, you're pressing your luck. We've only got 1 designer. We don't have any programmers. And of course, he is an artist, so he will do the art. So we need 3 designers right now. And this pie chart is also really important because it tells you what specializations you need for people working on this project, right? So we need 3 designers with a specialization in 2D and system. And preferably they'd have 2 stars because we did have a couple of 2-star features in there. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to hire some designers. And they don't need a secondary role. I don't really care. And we're going to hire them with a specialization in system and 2D like the project asks for. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and get to work. We'll take the team off crunch. I did that for the loan. And I'm going to say you can take vacation year-round because I don't want everybody going off in 1 month, then there will be no progress on the project. Okay, so now as you can see, everything's going at a good pace. We're in iteration 2. It's only March. You know, it's been relatively little time since the beginning of the game. You can even put them on crunch if you want to speed it up. Because the developers, or rather the programmers that you're eventually going to hire to actually make this design a real product, they won't have been on crunch. So they won't have crunch hangover like these guys might. Which won't matter because at that point, they won't be working really. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go up to about iteration 4. Once you've hit iteration 4, then you're going to develop it. Now, we need 6 more programmers, right? Because the founder is 1. Now, technically, the founder can count as 2 programmers because they're very efficient. But I'm going to hire 6 because I want this to be done quickly and because I want an outstanding product. So once again, you hire them with the specializations that you want. Now, I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fire my designers afterwards. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but just because I'm staying in Garage Inc. and I don't really want to move right now for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to fire them. So we've hired our 6 programmers. These guys can go home. Now we have 4 computers. We're going to need 2 more. So let's go ahead and figure out how to fit everything in here. Okay, so we've gone ahead and fit everything in here. And one important thing that you want to make sure is that you've got enough bookshelves, plants, and clocks to make it so that you get the max bonuses here for effectiveness, skill, and mood. That will make your employees get skills faster, it will make them work faster, and it will make them happier. So you definitely want to make sure you do that. Another thing that I've done is that I put calculators on all of the computers, except for the founders. I forgot to do that. And the reason why is because calculators give a boost for programming. Now the programmers are going to work extra fast. And I know the setup here isn't pretty, but it gets the job done, which is what I need. So you can see they're working away, and things are going at a breakneck pace here. We're almost done, actually, with the alpha phase, which is the bulk of the work. And because of that loan we've taken, we've had no worries about our financial issues. So we've spent a couple $100,000 for sure, but we'll make it all back when the product comes out. It's going to be outstanding, and it's going to sell very well. This allows us to make sure that our teams that we hire are doing their jobs, we get good people, and we can even hire cleaning staff and afford all the furniture that we need. Once the product is just about done, you want to let it reach 100% on both of these. That's important. If they need to idle for a while to make sure that that gets done, that's okay. We're going to go ahead and we're going to send out a review. Now you're aiming for roughly 9.5 and above here. That seems to be the cutoff for an outstanding piece of software. If you don't reach 9.5, iterate. You click that iterate button, your designers will iterate, and it's going to set you back some progress. But that should be enough right there to let you hit outstanding product. Okay, so now that we're at roughly about 100% on both again, we'll send out another review, and this time we've reached 9.8. So we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to let that art hit about 99%, and then we're going to promote. The principles here are simple. Make sure you have what you need in terms of the recommended amount of designers and programmers. And then what you're going to want to do is make sure that you hit 100%, iterate if you need to, and that is pretty much it. If you do those things, you will get outstanding every time. That review score in the alpha phase is the most important thing. You want at least a 9.5. If you can get above that, excellent. You're pretty much guaranteed outstanding. So let's go ahead and hit release and see what we got. So there you go. We got an outstanding piece of software. Everything is great. So let's go ahead and send this guy home, and let's see how much we make on it in the first month. So the first month is past, and we made about $294,000. I actually breached my publishing contract, and I actually released this product early. And the reason why I did that is because, and I always recommend you do that if you have a loan, because what's going to happen is they're going to make you, in the beginning, when you start this project with a really small team, they're going to give you like a 3-year, 4-year time span to release it, and you just don't need to wait that long. So I release it early, and they usually charge me about $50,000, which is probably the minimum, and it's probably because my company's already in debt, and I pay it off, and there you go. The first month profit already has given me enough money to pay off that settlement. Another month goes by, and we've made another $200K. It's an outstanding piece of software. It's going to pay for itself in the next month or two, and that's how it's done. That's how you do it. So thank you everybody for watching, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below.